Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome to part two of the nutrition edition of Fitness Fridays. As usual, I'm Dr. Johnny, and I wanted to continue with this second episode of nutrition because there's so much information that I wanted to share. It took two episodes. And the one thing I just wanted you guys to think about when it comes to the end of 2021 here and your big why. Why do you invest in your health? Why do you stay healthy? Why do you want to be there in your best state when it comes to living your best life, when it comes to quality and quantity. And it's a really important thing around the holidays. There's a number of videos that we watch here in the clinic that helps us remind us why we stay healthy and we stay strong so we can pass that value on to you guys. And when it comes to nutrition, this is what's so important about it too. So let's dive right into it. This is the one thing I wanted to start with is one of the biggest quotes when it comes to Hippocrates and health is let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And it's so important, like we talked about last week, what you put into your body is just as important as how you move your body. And so we're going to take a deeper dive into the macronutrients. We talked about the carbohydrates and the complex sugars and the simple sugars. Now we're going to go into the proteins. And this is where when it comes to protein, they are the building blocks of your body. And this is the biggest thing that you need to look into. I like the breakdown of, how much grams of protein are in certain values of, let's say, lean beef, grass-fed chicken, or free-range chicken, excuse me, or like pure Atlantic fish and salmon. But one of my favorite ones is the nuts, pistachios, almonds. You can look here of the health benefits. I mean, pistachios are one of the first scientific studies they show out here, and it helps with weight loss. Another one is like walnuts, which is packed with omega-3s and good fatty acids, and also helps reduce stress. I mean, we can go down the list of how these healthy foods can impact your life, and this is an easy breakdown of how we can look at them together. But without further ado, let's move into exactly what I want you to know about amino acids, proteins, and this is the first thing that you should change when it comes to if you're going to go grocery shopping, what you should invest your money into. And you should be looking at the grass-fed, free-range, no GMO, organic beef, wild-caught fish. And that's going to be one of the best things for you because the amount of toxins and preservatives and things that they do to certain meats and foods and animals, that gets passed on to you. And what's the difference between the two? I mean, the best thing is to make sure that you're getting the best resource and the best value to your food, especially the protein. And the big thing is it's like wild caught salmon compared to preservative salmon. It has twice the omega-3s, four times the amount of vitamin D, and you want to avoid the scavenger fish like the shrimps and the lobsters because those are bottom feeders. You want the high omega-3 wild caught salmon because that's what's going to be the best things for anti-inflammation and anti carcinogenic. Well, when we look at the conventional meats and beefs, some of these steaks are packed with GMO. They use carbon monoxide to treat the meat to make it look more red. So, and those are just high inflammatory markers, especially with how you cook them. Same thing with free range organic chicken. When you buy the free range organic chicken, it has twice the omega 3s, three times the amount of vitamin E, seven times more provitamin A, and a quarter less fats and a third of the less of cholesterol. So that's the big thing that you should look into. Where are you getting your meat from and what sources are you getting it from? The other thing I would say is avoid dairy. Now that might sound confusing to people, but for a lot of people's systems, it's one of the highest inflammatory markers. And try it for 10 days. Try and avoid dairy for 10 days and see if you decrease in the amount of inflammation that you have in your body. Because when I look here, it is one of the highest things when it comes to inflammation and allergies. Gluten's number one still. I like to say substitute it with almond milk and see how your body responds if you still need that milk in your diet. And then lastly, we'll go into the fats, right? Fats are very important when it comes to your health because people want to try and cut out all the fat of their body, but we need fat to help our cells maintain their structure. And it's so important for your body because it's essential for living. Every single cell in your body is wrapped in fat to help keep the structure. And there's a cell layer around it, and those fats do help protect the life of it. And the fats are also used for absorption of the fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E, K. So if you try to cut out all the fats, now let's say the trans fats are the ones we're trying to avoid. That's the high oils like the canola oils or the vegetable oils that you're cooking with, like we mentioned here in the clinic. We want to substitute that with coconut oil or and those are the big things that great saturated fat. It's an easy way to include into your diet. Also, like I said, almonds, nuts, pistachio, legumes, those are all not only good with protein, but they're good with fat too. So, if you guys have any other questions when it comes to what should I be putting into my body this holiday season, what is good, what's bad, what's the good meats, what's the bad meats, ask us in the clinic. We have tons of resources for you, and we want you guys living your best life. So I hope you guys are excited moving through the holiday season here. And I just want you guys living your best life, know your why. And as always, I want you guys to also stay fit. Have a great weekend, everyone.